Ah, shit, what's
Hey,
up, dude? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited. How about you? How's your day been going
I'm,
so far?
the day's excellent. We just worked out for the first 3 hours.
Hmm.
We all didn't get home till late because we've been working on another production. So I don't think we got home till like 1 or 2 o'clock last night. So just wake
Oh,
up,
wow.
training. I want to introduce everybody. This is Kobe. He's been one of my most supportive fans, and dude, you're always commenting, you're always
Hmm.
just so supportive and loving, and I really, really appreciate that. And I think it's important that, I'm a person that kind of has a lot of access to different parts of the world, and you guys give so much back to me. It's important that I
Hmm.
give back to you guys, and you were very professional. You were very
Thank you.
yeah, you're very professional in the way that you approached me, that you wanted to do a podcast, that you
Hmm.
have a lot of questions that you wanted to go over with me. And I thought it'd be a good idea because if you have those thoughts, other people probably have those thoughts as well too, right?
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah, you guys, this is Kobe. You guys give him a follow. I hope that I can build a
Awesome.
community of positivity and great martial artists that we're all fucking striving to be better. And again, like I bleed the same color as everybody else. I'm just trying to get better, and I know everybody else is in a similar boat as well. Maybe we're on different levels. That doesn't mean anything.
Hmm.
So I
True.
want to help build that community with all of us. But yeah, Kobe, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Of
A
course,
little bit
dude.
about myself. I've been a martial arts fan for almost all my life. But I haven't been able to practice for that long since my parents usually had I mean, when I was younger, had a bit of not a realistic idea of what martial arts is, so to say.
Mm.
Like, I wanted to go into kickboxing because that's the thing you always saw on like the Power Rangers and other TV shows like that. So that was my interest. My parents were like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. It's too dangerous. So I started off doing Japanese jiu-jitsu, which I did for a bit over a year, I think.
That's awesome. Damn.
Yeah, and then I switched to kickboxing, and then I got my first sparring training. I got cut up pretty bad, so my parents
Yeah.
were like, "Yeah, no, let's stop doing that." So I switched to boxing instead, and now I think I found the right martial art for me. I love it, and I'm now training
Oh,
for
so
my
you
first
love
amateur
boxing?
fight. Yeah, that's my how do I explain this? Like my core foundation is like kickboxing or Muay Thai for
Yeah.
training, but for competition, my only goal is to be successful in like boxing competition. So
That's awesome. And where are you from, bro?
I'm from Belgium, Antwerp, Belgium.
Bro, that's
Yeah,
so wild. What the
yeah,
fuck, dude?
yeah. It's
It's
insane.
crazy. I'm literally talking to you. I'm in LA and you're in
Hmm.
Belgium. The fucking internet's a wild place, dude.
Yeah, it's
That's
awesome.
crazy. Are you born and raised from Belgium?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
100%. Yeah.
Very fucking cool. So,
So
you were talking to my assistant, and you
mhm.
had asked her, you're like, "Oh, I have questions that does no one need to see them?" I don't like when I read the questions before because I
Oh,
want to
I
come up
see.
with it on the spot, and
Hmm.
I don't think you're gonna ask me anything like super fucking crazy. I mean, if you did, I'm really open, so I
Oh,
could
okay.
probably tell you almost anything. I don't really
Hmm.
care if it's too personal. I'll fucking go there. But I
Oh,
like
okay.
testing myself, just keep myself light on my feet. So
That's great. Yeah.
whatever
I
questions you got, I'm here for you, bro.
Okay, awesome. Then my first one is whenever I go through your Instagram feed, even if it's just like videos of you tricking or doing a choreography or something like that, it's always very like motivational in the way that you bring it and you film it. I don't know if that's intentional always, but
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask, do you think that's because of your martial arts background and you incorporating martial arts in your film goals, or do you think it's just because of you as a person, or
That's a loaded question, bro.
yeah?
I have a surface level answer.
Hmm.
The surface level answer is yes, it's intentional because what are we doing right now? I literally have a camera in my phone that's recording this conversation so we can communicate. It's the exact same thing with posting something
True.
online. For it to go online, it needs to be photographed or recorded, right?
Hmm.
So I started training martial arts when I was 4. When I was 18, I got into the entertainment industry and I really got to study filmmaking and like understanding the power of a lens, the power
Hmm.
of recording and editing something, right?
I see. Yeah.
And you have to focus just as much on your martial arts on your filmmaking to be able to marry the two arts together, and I can just pump out content that, you know, it helps people feel something. And I think that's something I'm really happy that I'm able to do. But
I
that's just a
see.
stepping stone to me. Like, that's our regular. Like, when you work out,
Hmm.
when you're boxing, your like go-to punch is probably your jab. Everybody has a
Yeah.
jab, right?
Yeah.
For us, that's our jab.
I
But
see. Okay.
how hard did you get to get that jab? You trained really hard to just have a
Hmm.
solid foundation, because we're pursuing, you know, making movies. We have a feature that we're working on right now,
Hmm.
where we're going, you know, we have the script all finalized. We're talking to the investors while I'm actually pursuing our big goals and dreams. I want
Hmm.
to keep a consistent presence on everybody's daily lives. And
I see. Yeah.
it's also created an opportunity for my team where we can all have a job. You know what I mean? So like, I'm able
Hmm.
to do what I want
Yeah.
to do partially because of Instagram. You know, I get
I
these brand
see.
deals. I get a lot of opportunities through that. I'm going way the fuck off topic. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Go ahead, please.
But yeah, it is absolutely intentional.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things where I start to have trouble showing certain techniques, because the biggest problem is that real martial arts techniques don't
Hmm.
often look good for camera. Now, what's my branding and what do I
True.
represent and what am I trying to do? I'm a martial artist first and foremost, but I'm also a filmmaker.
Hmm.
So I care a lot about film, and that's not always real martial arts, it's entertainment, right? So
Yeah.
I'm trying
I
to find
see.
a way to marry my martial arts and make
Hmm.
it entertaining for people, whether that's inspirational, whether that's motivational, or it's just
Hmm.
fun, and it distracts you from something that's happening bad in your life, or it pushes you to fucking dig deeper. I don't know what that is for everybody, it's different. um
Yeah. For me, it's a bit of both, actually. But yeah.
that's awesome. Damn.
Hmm. And would you say you approach filmmaking with the same like mindset and the same way as you do your martial arts, or?
Yes. Yeah, bro,
Okay.
I'm really intense with myself.
Hmm.
Bruce Lee had a quote that I read that I fucking love, dude. And it was about kicking, because I'm so obsessed with kicking, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
I study like all the best guys in their kicking. Bruce Lee for sure, because he was like
Hmm.
real kicking. And
Yeah.
he said kicking should be like a play. When you go on stage and you do your play, you're serious about your craft. But at the end of the night, you have
Hmm.
fucking fun. That's how you should
I see.
approach your kicking, your fighting, your filmmaking.
Hmm.
When I'm in it, I'm dead serious. I'm not fucking around, and I get really intense with my team. If I don't do
Hmm.
it right, I get really upset at myself or at the other
I
people around.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that
Hmm.
mindset of just dig deeper. But afterwards, like, we all fucking love what we do. It's not abusive or anything like that, because the martial arts, sometimes it's
Yeah.
like, what's the
They
fine
can
line
be.
right there?
Yeah. Kind of
Um,
hard, but
but I definitely have that approach with our filmmaking. So if we do a small little shoot,
mhm,
religiously, we always do a breakdown of the day. We always talk about, hey Ted, hey Johnny, I really love that you did this, this, and this. I think
mhm,
that we missed the mark on these topics. Why didn't, maybe it's me, maybe I didn't hit my lines correctly. Like, why wasn't I at an emotional place to be able to dig deep into this line? Did I not prep correctly? Was I
mhm,
too nervous? I fucking question everything. Or maybe I didn't prep the fight choreography correctly and I missed the mark. Why was I missing
mhm,
my kick? Now I need to train this kick because I was missing too much. Whatever that question is, we always break it down so we appreciate the beauty of what we did, but we also need to continuously improve. Always.
I feel that. Yeah.
Bro, I'm getting like upset at myself, all right? I fucking feel the heat
That's
already.
that's how it should be. That's how it should be, man.
I got too much fire, bro.
That it's better to have too much than have less, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Damn, everybody's commenting and going the fuck in. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for
Yeah.
joining us. All
Yeah.
right, yeah, Kobe. Next question.
Yeah, I was thinking about something. Yeah, when you prepare for a fight choreography, do you see in terms of preparation and just making the choreography itself, do you see a difference between like unarmed fighting and when using like a knife or a stick or anything like that? I was curious because they don't necessarily look different as except for like you're obviously using a weapon of some sort.
Yeah.
But I was curious, does that work differently when you're preparing to do a armed fight scene, so to say?
Ask me the question one more time because I want to give you the
Okay.
right answer. Yeah.
Okay. So is there a different approach when choreographing a fight sequence while when using weapons like knives or sticks or any weapon or even a gun, or like unarmed combat like true just fit hand to hand?
Yeah. So I mean, a good answer to that is your fight scene is always limited to the skill and the options surrounding you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say the
Yeah.
fight scene that you do in a tight bathroom stall is going to
Mm-hmm.
be very different than doing a fight scene on the desert where you have unlimited space, right?
Yeah.
So you're limited to your surroundings, the tools around you. I mean, obviously, the way you use a gun is very different than how you would use a baseball bat. So you need
True.
to think
Yeah.
about those things. Where I'm kind of at is more on like the intent of an actor and what's the intent of the character. Um,
I see. Yeah.
those are more important questions to me.
Mm-hmm.
But building flashy, fun, fight sequences, we can just bang those out and we just do it really quick, move on. It depends
I
on what we're
see.
trying to do. Yeah, it depends on the
Mm-hmm.
content that we're shooting. So
Yeah, more story focused instead of
yeah, like obviously, like when we do a lot of our Instagram stuff that you guys see, we'll
mm-hmm.
do it in like 2 or 3 takes, move on, because
Oh, okay. Yeah.
we're renting a studio. We only have somebody for an hour. We
Mm-hmm.
have to walk through the choreography, then make sure that it's shootable, and then we only have a limited amount of time to do stuff. So I'm always balancing like quality versus quantity, and the time. I'm always battling time everywhere we go. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
when on a bigger project where it's like something we really care about, we're gonna make sure that the effort is there, the rehearsals are there. Because when you're on set, you don't really get that much time to just
I
do
see.
everything. You
Mm-hmm.
don't get 100 takes. Somebody
I
commented about
understand.
watch.
Yeah.
Dylan, I appreciate you, bro.
Awesome. You previously mentioned a few minutes ago that you see yourself as a martial artist, which
Mhm.
is completely true in my opinion. But I was wondering, do you think there are specific conditions for in order for someone to call himself a martial artist?
Oh fuck, bro. That's the most complicated question you could have fucking asked me.
Yeah, there are some pretty complicated things in there, but I thought I'm gonna take the opportunity. So,
Yeah, no. This is a really, really good question. This is something I struggled with for a really long time because
hmm
everyone's got a fucking 3rd degree, 5th degree, 10th degree black belt, whatever the fuck that means, and
yeah,
it
McDojo.
it like doesn't fucking matter, right? And like you can't
hmm
base yourself being a real martial artist based off of what system, what belt you have. I don't think any of that shit matters. Or even as a boxer, like, oh, I can just fight somebody, right? And I think in traditional martial arts, you have 2 main things that we have to kind of
hmm
think about. We have forms, we have techniques and sets that we learn, and then
hmm
we have like fighting application, which is anything to do with sparring.
Yeah,
Um,
sparring fighting. hmm
so more of the fighting combat. And I meet a lot of people that are forms champions where they focus so much. Forms is beautiful because it really focuses on developing your spirit, and that's vital. We need
hmm
techniques and we need moments in our training where we focus purely on our own energy and our own mental fortitude. And I think that's really, really important. But then they never spar. And then we have people that just only care about fighting. And I think you get to
Yeah.
know yourself the best when
hmm
you're fighting. You get to know the other person and yourself truly when you're
True.
in combat.
Yeah, I
Like
understand. Yeah.
both people's spirits touch when you're in
hmm
combat, and that's
I
such
feel
a
it. Yeah.
beautiful fucking thing. But then
hmm
we also miss the aspects of forms that are really important. So I think to be considered, to me, a true martial artist is
hmm
finding a way to marry both aspects of your training together. And everybody's always going to be married to one thing or the other. Like for me, I was more of like the fighter mentality, but I
hmm
really put myself into forms hardcore, and that's why I know so many different systems. And then there are a lot of people that I personally know that are really good friends of mine that are the other way, where they're forms champions and their technique is superb. But if I punched them in the face, I don't know how they would do. I don't know how they would do, you know?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. What if somebody grabs you? What if somebody has evil intentions towards you? What are you going to fucking do?
Very true. Yeah.
You know? So it goes both ways, though. It absolutely goes both ways. I think if you marry both, to me, that's the closest definition of being a true martial artist.
Okay. And you talked about the fighter's mentality, the mindset. Do you think that's important for every aspect of the martial arts, for example, forms, or do you think everyone should have it as like just everyone? Or
Yeah, no. That's another really good question, bro. I'm fucking loving this, dude. This is awesome. This is all the shit that I fucking think about.
I'm enjoying myself so fucking much. I have no idea. This is amazing to me.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. That's fucking awesome. No, I mean, we have to break down the words martial arts, right? And again, this is the two separate categories that I just broke down. Martial literally translates to war or combat, right?
True, yeah.
So you need to develop your spirit and have that warrior spirit within you. Everybody should have that fighter mentality. And that's okay if you're scared, because that's a part of it, right? Like, nobody wants to be punched in the face. Getting fucking kicked in the head sucks.
Yeah,
right?
fuck no, yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to be going through that. And it's okay if you're nervous and scared, but the end result is that you're developing your spirit and you have that warrior essence, right? That's fucking vital.
Yeah.
And then we have the art part of it, martial arts, right? And I think doing those forms, understanding clean lines, perfect technique, and just being a technician about how you do it, that's the art side of it as well, too. But that, again, it goes back to blending both. But I think everybody should have that fighter spirit, that warrior spirit in them, 100%. It's so hard for me because I know so many people that love forms and they don't have that. And I'm like, fuck, you're so fucking good. Like, why don't you have that? It blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's the system that they were taught. They were taught it's okay to not get hit. It's okay to do the things that are comfortable for you. Like, oh, you like doing, that's okay, do that. You know what I mean? But it goes to the other side. The fighters, they don't actually care about the art side. They just, maybe they want to boost their ego. Fighting, oftentimes, and that's what's wrong with the boxing community, is it's a breeding ground for egos. It's not an art. You're losing so much of like what it means to be a martial artist and have a good spirit and help other people, because you're breeding just people fucking beating the shit out of each other all the time, right?
Yeah.
Those guys don't know how to bow to each other. So it goes both ways, dude, for sure. There's a pro and con to both sides of it. We got to marry it.
Yeah, I feel that. It's because of the toxic community, as you said, like the more like just fighting community of boxing, that people often forget that it's still a martial art.
Absolutely.
I find that so annoying. It's one of the, in my opinion, one of the best martial arts, but yet a lot of people just see it as something separate. Well, it doesn't have to be like.
It might have to do with boxing and wrestling being more of a westernized thing, where the martial arts is more of an Eastern thing. And where they
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
But I think it's the history of where they come from and like how we were able to commercialize it. But the bottom line is it's combat. If it's used for combat, you can consider it a martial art. And if there's an art form to it, like learning how to bob and weave and have head movement, that's a whole other fucking art in itself. You know what I mean? That's harder than any form I've ever learned right away. You know, so there's an art to boxing that's so beautiful. But I personally have a very strong attachment to boxing because I think if you either learn how to wrestle or box, you have the best chance of a fight right away. It's human instinct to close your fist and try to hit somebody in the face. I don't gotta teach some kid in fucking Africa how to fight. He probably grew up fighting. He knows how to just hit somebody. He doesn't know what a hook or an uppercut or a jab is. He's just gonna hit them. Or they're gonna pick each other up and wrestle to the ground. That's just human primal instinct. So I think anyone that's serious about their martial arts needs to have one or the other.
True, yeah. And then boxing or wrestling, or like just striking in general and a ground game in general.
Say that one more time.
So, like, do you think you said boxing or wrestling, you have the best chance and it's the best foundation for a fight? Do you think just like boxing and wrestling specifically, or is it important to have a ground game or just a striking game like Muay Thai or karate or
Um, I love Muay Thai. I think it's a very, very dangerous art, and I think
yeah, it
it's
is.
very efficient because it's any art that doesn't teach too fancy movements. That's very
Mm-hmm.
direct, point A to point B. It's dangerous. Um,
Very.
but the person that has the best hands in a
Mm-hmm.
fight has the best chances of winning the fight. The person that is the is able to grapple, whether that's wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, whatever it is. If they're
Mm-hmm.
able to grapple, they're the safest in a fight. The person that's able to kick
Okay.
has the strongest weapon in a fight. Kicking is the strongest fucking weapon that you can have,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the safest. So, I
No,
mean, to become a
true.
well-rounded martial artist, right? And if you care
Mm-hmm.
about fighting that much, and it all comes down to like what you like and what you care about. But those are like the three staples of how I've broken down
Mm-hmm.
everything,
I
you know?
understand. Yeah. That's how I feel now. Like there's a lot of like my goal is to become a well-rounded martial artist, so to say. And I hope I no, not I hope, I will reach a point where I will confidently call myself that.
Yeah, you fucking
But
will, bro. That's what I'm
yeah, I
saying.
will. I will. Yeah. So so that's like kind of my mindset right now. There's a lot of stuff I'm not particularly really good at right now. Like my kicking game
Me
is
neither, bro.
average. My punching is average, like maybe good enough for my first amateur fight in the summer. Who knows? We'll see then. But
Yeah, yeah.
like there's a lot of things that I'm not good at right now, but I know that I'm laying the foundations for learning everything right now. So like in maybe 10 years, 5 years, I will be much better at those things if I just keep them up. So
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this: the most
mhm,
powerful weapon you fucking have is believing in yourself. Dude,
that's true.
nobody fucking believed in me when I was 15 years old. Like I knew that I was supposed to use my martial arts for the world, and I didn't know
Hmm.
how I was gonna fucking do that. And everybody thought that I was crazy. Nobody really believed in me. And
Hmm.
my technique wasn't the fucking best. I didn't grow around champion martial artists. I didn't grow up with a family that had, a crazy amount of wealth that could just pay for whatever. I had my fucking spirit. And I
Hmm.
always believed in myself. That's the most powerful thing. If you have that, bro, take that into anything that you do. No one's gonna be able to fucking touch you. So like, no
True.
matter what
Yeah,
happens, never fucking lose that. Always believe in yourself.
I will. I will. It'll
Hell
be
yeah,
all
bro.
right then. Yeah.
And that
So
goes for
you.
everybody else fucking watching. Same
Hmm.
shit to everybody.
Yeah, I noticed a few of my friends were having a conversation in the comment section, but I'm just happy they're here. So
Oh, those are your friends?
yeah, some of them, some of them.
Ah,
Yeah,
shit. What's going
I
on,
see.
guys?
I see a guy named Senna, a few of my friends, Lee, Alexis.
Hell yeah.
So thanks for being here, guys. Really
Hell
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Thank you, guys. Put some
Yeah.
embarrassing ass shit in the comments for us so I can
Oh,
see.
fuck no. No, 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 no. Dude, seriously, like they will. They fucking will.
Uh, they will.
I,
I
I'm
believe it.
I'm
That's
scared to
those are
death
true
right
friends
now.
right
What?
there. That's why.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. They helped me a lot actually. I'm really thankful for them for just being with me. Yeah.
Having like
So,
those like one or two like really like powerful relationships around you is so fucking
hmm,
important. I don't
yeah.
know what most people chase. I think the stereotype is like everybody wants to be liked, right? And they're trying
Hmm.
to like liked by everybody around them. I don't fucking care, dude. Like I got like my close ass friends and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm in my garage fucking training all the time. This is
Uh-huh.
all I ever cared about in life is just getting better. I don't care about
I
the other
feel
shit.
that. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. You just keep the good people around you and that's it. That's all you
Uh-huh.
need.
I will for sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna drink some
So,
water.
yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I'm ready.
You mentioned you are training in a lot of martial arts styles. You kind of blend them together to make your own style, so to say. And I was wondering, is there a way of thinking or an ideology from any of the martial arts that you practice that you feel more related to? Like every martial arts has their important values, what they stress during training
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Is there one specific or maybe a few martial arts that you think like these are the values that I find important as well, and I can find them in a certain style.
You're a fucking intelligent ass dude. You know that, Kobe?
Thanks. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
These are some good fucking questions, bro. I'm glad I jumped on.
Great.
This is really good. A good way that I like explaining things is every martial art is like learning a new language. It's like learning a new language, and then in that dialect, in that tone, there's a certain flavor. And for instance, to me, Silat is very animalistic, and I get to like put that primal energy while being fluid. It's not just about being aggressive. It's about like, what I think about is having this fluidity, but also being able to demoralize somebody. And I fucking love that energy. I fucking love that energy. And, you know, one of my favorite martial arts that I ever learned was Jeet Kune. And JKD really taught me to learn to have a conversation and listen to somebody. It's very energy sensitive, and it takes a lot of fine tuning if you do it correctly. And that's the problem, is I see a lot of people not really doing it correctly, and that's okay. Maybe they just weren't taught right, and at least they're just fucking out there training. That's a big point I always go back to, is that I'm never going to be that person that's like, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. I don't fucking care. Everyone's doing karate. That's fucking awesome. I think that's so fucking important.
But, it is. It is.
But when you're doing JKD, it's intimate. It's for me, it's very intimate, because I'm having a really in-depth conversation. I can feel a person's insecurities. I can feel their intent. I can feel their wounds, or I can feel their pride. There's so much that's said through combat that I can feel when we're moving around. And then there's the Japanese systems, where it's all about hardening your spirit and solidifying your movements and being solid in how you do things. There's such a beauty to all those. You kind of mentioned being able to blend the martial arts and have my own system or own style. I don't really know how true that is. It probably is true. I don't really think of it that way. I'm just Noah, and I'm just in my own head having fun. And I'm like, ooh, what if I did it like this? And it just becomes that way. But that comes from years of studying the alphabets, right? So it's like when you're learning a martial art, you got to learn the alphabet. You got to know all the letters, and then you got to be able to say them all fluently in a sentence. And then I want you to get so fucking good that you can seduce somebody with your system and style, where it's like, damn, you see the fucking way they moved? Oh shit. You know, you're persuading people. And then from there, then what if I start adding a little bit of inspiration from these other things? That's a whole other fucking level. I don't see many people doing that. But that's how I think of it. But I'm a crazy fuck. I don't know if anything I'm saying is right. I'm just doing my own shit.
It sounds right to me. I mean, we're the same kind of fucking crazy then.
You kind of have to have that in the martial arts. So
very true. Very true. And just first thing that comes into your head, what would you name your own style in martial arts?
I mean, I take a lot of inspiration from Bruce Lee, for sure. A lot of inspiration from Bruce Lee. And it's the art of being able to express yourself, self-expression. That's all it comes down to, is that, you know, I'm never trying to mimic anybody, including Bruce Lee. He has his own style and flavor. And it's the way that I think is that it's our job to improve the generations, right? So I want to be able to do the past justice, respect our ancestors before us, but take it to a whole other fucking level.
I understand,
Yeah, so it's just learning to really just be yourself. And I think that's so hard for people, is being honest about who you are. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I feel that, man. That's also the energy that surrounds you if you know what I mean. Like you can tell from seeing you work, like doing your flips, doing your videos, you can feel your intentions behind it. And that's what also keeps me like really hooked to your Instagram and just to you. Like your energy you give off it's positive, it's encouraging. Like I know enough martial artists, if I ask them to come on a podcast and talk about their like martial arts experience and stuff, they'd be like, yeah, nah, secrets. So find someone
Secret.
else.
Fucking
I
love
mean,
the arts, man. So
that's
cool. Crack me up, bro. Like, my mentality is I'm going to show you all the
Mhm.
secrets, but you'll never be good enough to do them to the level that I'm at. That's how my fucking brain works.
Oh
There's no
shit!
fucking secrets, bro.
Damn!
I can
Wow!
show you how to do all this stuff, but it comes down to, like, how fucking intelligent are you, hardworking enough, and
Hmm.
your talent level. Like, all of those things really fucking matter. But a lot of people have this mystical energy around their secrets because I think it's an insecurity thing where it's
I
like,
was
oh, I
gonna
don't
say the
fit
same thing.
professionally,
Insecurity. Yeah.
or
Hmm.
yeah, or like I wanna own things. I wanna control things. A lot of
Yeah.
fucking karate schools do that. Masters, whatever the fuck that even means. They do that to their
Uh-huh.
students. It's all over the world. And I'm like, it's an
True.
insecurity thing. I can show you all this stuff,
Hmm.
but I'm not insecure in myself. I know I'm gonna fucking do what I'm supposed to do. I don't
Yeah,
even know
I
what your
feel that.
question was, man. Fuck.
It was. Wait, to be honest, I don't remember either. Wait, shit. I got so caught up in your explanation, I just
Yeah.
forgot the question as well.
Oh
Um,
shit.
was it the question of naming your own style? I think so, wasn't it?
Naming my own style. Oh shit.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
about
don't
naming
know.
my own style. I mean, my style is O's Films, baby. That's it.
Oh, oh, great one. Yeah, didn't see that one coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh
So
shit. I
great.
don't see half the shit I say coming either, man. I just say it. I'm an idiot.
That's okay. Just go for it. The less you think about it, the better.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
So
funny.
you previously stressed how big kicks are a part of your like martial arts curriculum and the things you work on and things you are good at and stuff like that. And also, I wrote something down as well, trapping hands, like from the Jeet Kune thing. Then that to me, those are the two that I see the most of you doing on Instagram and stuff like that. Do those feel more natural, or what's the reason you have a? I mean, do you have a preference? Am I right? Because I could have seen that wrong, probably, but.
It's an emotion. It's like, do it's an emotion, right? And it's my
Mm-hmm.
intent in what's happening, because when I'm moving or just in life, like, I've accepted that I can be sad and I can be defeated or really fucking happy and thankful. And it's the exact
Mm-hmm.
same thing that I've accepted what I've been given from my previous instructors, where I don't even think of it as that. It's more of an emotion and like the day, or sometimes really it's a specific day and when we're training, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
Wednesdays we do JKD, Fridays we kick. But when it comes down to it, it's an emotion. Um, there's a different energy in the room every single time um, I'm training all of these techniques. I think these guys, my team's here filming this. I'm gonna
Oh,
put
okay.
these guys on blast. I think Reina's actually gonna be able to explain that really well, or Ted. I'm gonna have them.
Mm-hmm.
This is Teddy. He's been filming the whole thing. We're gonna
Hey.
make a really cool ass video. I didn't fucking tell you, Kobe. Can you
Oh
tell the
shit.
difference when we're? Wait, Reina, come too. This is Reina.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, you guys are hella backlit. Come this way. Is there a way, or can you feel the difference when we're like, or what is the difference when we're kicking versus like boxing?
To me, it's really just the spiritual energy and the music you play too. You can tell, because when we're boxing and we get really into it, it's like serious music. It's like chants, right?
I play Viking music,
Yeah,
bro.
Viking music. It's
Awesome. Wow.
and 3 hours will go by and I'll have no idea. The amount of spiritual energy right there, and just keeping the hands up and like boxing with each other and kind of understanding each other through physical movements, it's crazy. And sometimes it gets emotional too. You understand a lot more about yourself. Whereas if we're tricking or kicking, there's a different energy there where we're rooting each other on, but we're not being too physical with each other, and it's more light. But it's all
I
so
feel it.
hard.
Yeah.
That was fucking beautifully said, Reina. God damn.
Yeah.
Ted, don't even
Wow.
fucking talk, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I like it. When we're kicking, it's like we're like
little children just flying around thinking like we're like on those animes. Like, I'm gonna do a triple backflip, spin kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like kicking wise, our spirits, like for me, I'm just having fun. But like when we go into our boxing mode, that's when I'm like, I'm gonna rip someone's head off. That's where like my bear spirit comes out, and I'm just like,
Your what spirit?
my bear spirit.
Your bear
I want to
spirit.
claw their face out, but I'm like,
Oh
these boxing
shit.
modes, yeah. So like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it's crazy.
It's an emotion. I think that's a really, your intent when you're doing all these things is really fucking important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel that, yeah.
But I've been trained really fucking crazy by my instructors. So the people that taught me, I learned from a lot of different people. They're all legends in their world. Yeah. Crazy. I hope that was a good answer.
That was a really good answer. I just love the way you guys think and like formulate your answers. I've never had a conversation like this before about martial arts, for real though. Like,
shut the fuck up. No way.
No, I'm being dead fucking serious. Yeah.
Well,
this is
I don't know what to
awesome.
say, man. Those films is how we are.
Yeah, wow.
That's so funny.
Awesome. Yeah, it is, but true also.
That's how we are.
Yeah. Actually, you previously mentioned a few times, you mentioned Bruce Lee and Tao of Jeet Kune Do. Yeah, not exactly, I spoiled it, fuck. But I do have the Tao of Jeet Kune Do here. It's a Dutch version,
shit.
but I took a few, we talked about the book a few months ago in on the comments of one of your videos. I don't know if you remember, but I said how I struggled with the philosophy pages in the beginning. So I took the liberty of taking a few of them out, and I was wondering if you would explain your thoughts or how you interpreted that specific quote or statement.
God, you're having me dissect the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. That's,
yeah, man.
You guys haven't read it. That in the Book of Five Rings to me is literally
wow, are you
like
fucking
the
serious?
Bible of martial arts.
This is
you got it right
not
there.
real.
This is what you guys. See,
these were the two books I prepared to in case we brought it up.
Holy shit, that's like the Bible of martial arts right there.
I haven't read it through yet. I'm just through the preface, so.
Bro, I'm still fucking trying to read them. It's a lifetime. Those
it's
books are
so
like
difficult though.
Understanding.
They're so difficult. I mean, the Book of Five Rings especially, like the first few explanations, like it's Buddhism and then it's not Buddhism, and then it
goes all over the place.
It blows my mind for real.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So I took the Dutch quotes and I translated them back to English. So I'm going to read the first one, and then you can just say how you feel about it, what you think about it. Just
wait, say it in Dutch first. That's fucking cool.
You want to? Oh, okay. Wait.
I want to hear it in Dutch.
I need to get the book then, because otherwise my on-the-spot translation will be fucked. Wait.
Bro, I'm American. I'm not going to know the difference.
Yeah. So my friends will.
You can say some shit. Be like, that was dope, Kobe.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just go for it. Fuck it.
That's fine, yeah.
So first in Dutch. Als niks in uzelf vast blijft zitten en dingen langs buiten sluiten zich af, zie dan dat als je beweegt, wees zoals water. Als je stilstaat, wees zoals een spiegel en antwoord zoals een echo. That's the first one.
But wait, how many languages can you speak?
Just fluently Dutch and English.
No, there's another language in there too. You hesitated.
Is it?
Is there another language you can speak?
French a little bit, but I'm not gonna speak French here.
I'm not gonna speak French. Okay, all right. Let me hear it in English now. That was dope.
Okay. So if nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Moving, be like water. Still, be like a mirror. Respond like an echo. Do you recall that one? Yeah, those are all from the Tao. I haven't finished the Book of Five Rings yet or completely understood it. So I don't want to ask any questions about stuff I don't understand myself.
I'm number one, I apologize. I'm a visual learner, so when I read it, it's gonna be easier for me. But the first part of it, and it's a massive part of how Bruce Lee is. I'm gonna ask you to repeat it one more time, but let me give you my instinct.
I can
on what
also
I
hold it
can.
up for you if you like. I typed it out, so if you
Oh,
want me to hold it up, is that clear enough to read it?
oh, it's backwards,
The
bro.
first one. Oh,
It
backwards.
might
Ah,
as well
shit.
be in Dutch. Yeah, it's all
Oh, yeah.
backwards.
Okay. So I'll repeat
Um,
it again. Only
yeah,
the first half or
yeah. Go
everything?
ahead and read it one more time.
Okay. So if nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Moving, be like water. Still.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down one
Yeah, sure.
sentence at a
Hmm.
time. So if nothing in you is rigid, everything outside of you becomes, what was it?
Um, Outward things will disclose themselves.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's really fucking simple because when you're stuck in your own rhythm, your own pattern,
Hmm.
I mean, a great way to look at it is just financially. When you think that you have to live a rigid lifestyle where I have to go to school, I have to get a 9 to 5, and then let's say maybe you make 70,000 a year, 80,000 a year, you know,
Hmm.
and then you're kind of sad and depressed a little bit, and you're not pursuing your dreams and goals and things that make you feel good. And also, a lot of people want more financially as well too. You get what you earned and the thought process that you already had. It is this exact same thing for martial arts. If you
Hmm.
go through this rigid pattern, that's what you're going to get at the very end. If you're able to adapt, appreciate all the different aspects, stay rigid in your discipline, meaning like I'm never compromising.
Hmm.
There are things in my life where I'm like, I will never compromise that. Bro, I cannot tell you how many fucking girls have tried to get me to stop training so I could spend fucking time with them.
Really?
Yeah, dude,
Wow.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Almost every girl I've
Fuck
dated.
that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's just an
Wow.
example of life trying to say, like, hey, let me pull your attention from something so you can enjoy
Uh-huh.
something that's really nice. No, I'm uncompromising, but I'm not
Hmm.
rigid in the way that I pursue my life. I'm so flexible. I'm so reactive to what's happening around me,
Yeah,
you know? And when you do
I feel
that,
that. Yeah.
it's fucking the
Hmm.
sky's
Excuse
the
me.
limit, bro. You have so many options in life.
True.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, okay, go to the next part.
Okay, so moving, be like water. Maybe the
Mm-hmm.
most known sentence he has ever said or written down, I think. And then still be like a mirror and respond like an echo.
Respond like an echo. Damn, that's fucking deep. I'm gonna start doing that shit.
Yeah,
Be still
maybe
like a
it's
mirror.
a bit like you explained earlier, like you said, like you're very
Well,
reactive. Maybe it has something to
what
do with that, or
Yeah, so the mirror part, I think it's really important when we're training and doing JKD. It's so
hmm
energy sensitive. You can feel the person's intent when you're starting to trap hands. You can feel when somebody's being too aggressive in their movement, where all they can think
true.
about is trying to win. Like, I gotta hit
Hmm.
you, I gotta get you. And then there are the people that are too scared or nervous and they collapse backwards. They're like falling away from you,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Being like a mirror is being that neutral, right? I can
yeah,
react, I can come forward, or I can collapse back, but at the end of it, I'm neutral. I'm right in the middle. That's so fucking
I see.
important. Learning to control your energy so you're not
Uh-huh.
constantly forward or backward. I have control of where I want to be, but I'm always neutral. And that's like being that stillness of a mirror. It never moves, right? But it's
I
also
see.
reflected. So
Yeah.
whatever you do, I'm going to
Hmm.
reflect and respond to you. And when I respond, you're going to feel that shit and you're going to think about it. It's going to echo for the rest of your fucking life. I don't know. I just made that up. I don't fucking know.
Sounded good though. Sounded good though.
I don't fucking know. Echoes bounce
Well,
back or what you see and react. Yeah, I like that. See? All right. We got
yeah.
some intelligent people in here. That's what I'm
Awesome.
talking
Keep them
about.
going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next one is a bit I think I understand his intention, but I don't understand why it's his intention. You know what I mean? So
Sure,
it's a pretty
sure.
long one, but approach Jeet Kune Do with the idea of mastering the will. Forget about winning and losing. Forget about pride and pain. Let your opponent graze your skin and you smash into his flesh. Let him smash into your flesh and you fracture his bones. Let him fracture
Mm-hmm.
your bones and you take his life. Do not be
Yeah.
concerned with your escaping safely. Lay your life before him.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a great one. That's about fear. It's all about fear. A lot, 99% of
Oh,
people live
I
their
see.
entire lives based off of fear. When you accept your fear,
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if you hit me. You can hit me. I'm gonna fucking end you. That's the mentality. I'm not afraid
Now I
of getting
understand.
hit. I'm not afraid of losing. You know,
Yeah.
like I always say this. The biggest difference between me and anybody else in the room is that I've failed way fucking more than anybody else has. I'm not afraid to
I
fail.
get
It's
that. Yeah.
okay. You know? But that's
It's not
why
the
I'm
end. Yeah.
I'm ahead in life. You know, I have all the things that I wanted to have happen at my age. I'm still young. I got the rest of the fucking world ahead of me. But
True.
I've
Yeah.
conquered so much because I fear very little. That's a
I feel that.
massive part of what he's talking about. And again, it's a little bit of that competitiveness that you got to have. If you hit me, it's okay if you hit me. You can punch me in the face, I'm going to break your jaw. If you break my jaw, I'm going to snap your neck.
No, I
See
understand.
what I'm saying? That's how he's going in.
Yeah.
You got to have that mentality.
I was just a bit confused about the last sentence. Like, do not be concerned with you escaping safely. Lay your life before him. Does it mean like be prepared to die, but just make sure it doesn't happen, or something like that? Or
yeah, I mean, it's the fear aspect. Is like, don't even have fear of getting hurt. Like, I don't care what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be okay.
oh, I see. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. Okay. So then I said there were four. I got only three. So this is the last.
I don't know if I'm qualified to be answering this shit.
I think you are, and that's what counts. I think. I feel like you are. I mean, you brought out a course on Jeet Kune Do basics, so I think you're pretty qualified too.
That's so funny. That's true.
I love the energy drill in that course, by the way. It was awesome. Or was it like your home workout course? There was a course you brought out where you had like an energy drill with yeah, with the 3 gates you have to protect. Yeah.
Yeah. That comes from Wing Chun first, and then Jeet Kune Do.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. So then the last one I thought was the most confusing, I think, because in my head they seem opposite of what he has said in other instances. So Jeet Kune Do is the enlightenment. It is a way of life, a movement towards willpower and control, though it ought to be enlightened by intuition.
Yeah, again, I always say martial arts is the art form of life because you're getting to know yourself. And what the fuck does that even mean? I think a basic part of being a human being is emotions. We're all generated by our emotions, right? And it's studying human behavior. So JKD is really learning how to have a conversation with somebody and knowing your emotions and how to react to somebody. And then it becomes a way of life. Like, again, if the person is training and they're afraid, you're going to learn to conquer those fears in your training, and you're going to be able to take that outside of your training, and you're going to be able to live without any fear. It's the same with having too much confidence, or your ego takes over. If your ego takes over, you'll get checked. Then you got to know the balance of making sure your confidence doesn't overtake your ego. And finding that neutral. But that's not just in your training. You're going to take that out into your life, and you can conquer anything you want with that.
I understand, yeah, because the thing that confused me most was he speaks a lot about control and controlling your mind and stuff like that, but he talks about being free a lot as well. Like Jeet Kune Do, there are no limits. You can do whatever feels good to you. Use everything that's available. So I was a bit confused on how you can make that statement practical, so to say.
Yeah, so fighting is broken down into 3 different categories. Phase 1 is the fucking person that doesn't know anything about fighting. If I put them in a ring, they're just going to fight. A punch is just a punch.
Yeah.
Then we all get stuck at phase 2 when we start a martial arts school. You're taught the alphabet. You're taught how to do the techniques. And you're so focused and fixated on how to do something perfect. Perfection doesn't exist. And this is the 3rd phase, is that we take what we learned and we go back to that phase 1. A kick is just a kick. A punch is just a punch. I'm just going to move with you. We're going to create a painting together when we fight and when we dance. I'm going to react. And I'm not thinking about, I got to land across. I got to do a side kick perfectly. I'm just going to hit you. Whatever comes out, fucking
True.
comes out.
Yeah.
That's
Uh-huh.
where you want to. That's where you want to get to, and it's free. It's liberating. There isn't a thought
I
process.
feel.
It's not analytical. There's a time to
Mm-hmm.
be analytical in our training, but there's a time to just fucking get the paintbrush and just go to town.
Then go. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel. Yeah. I feel I'm not quite there yet. As you said, I
that's hard.
do.
That's hard.
It is like during sparring, I always have like I have to do at least one slip, like slip across to the outside,
Sure.
or just bob that for the one like one punch, just one punch. But me thinking about it makes me get it. Wow, bit of Dutch in there. Makes me get hit even more. So because I'm
Right.
not in the moment, and I have more trouble being in the moment and being like you said, loose and free than being like, oh shit, jab, I gotta slip, I gotta block. Like one one reaction for everything that happens. But there are more actions, but I just don't think of them in the moment. So.
I want you to do that in all aspects of your life, and that's the part that's liberating.
Mm-hmm.
No girl wants to be with a guy that if you try to kiss her, she tries to kiss you, and you hesitate, and you're like, oh, what if I fuck up? You're thinking about
Mm-hmm.
what if I fuck up. She wants you to grab her by the fucking waist, and you guys make magic right there. I'm not thinking
Very
about
true.
fucking up. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about giving you my heart, girl. It's the
Uh-huh.
same thing when I'm fighting. I'm thinking about giving you my spirit, bro. We're gonna fucking make something cool here, right? So I go back to like, I don't
I
care about
understand.
winning
Yeah.
and losing. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
about trophies, belts, any of that shit. I'm thinking about like, how do I make the best fucking fight possible? How do we create a beautiful story together, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
I haven't
it.
thought about it that way.
Yeah, I mean,
But I
that's
do
how I think.
understand it though. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I'm gonna keep in mind for sure. Yeah.
There's a time and place to be analytical. So when you're doing your
Mm-hmm.
drills, we're
Yeah.
going to do drills where we just focus on slipping, right? We're slipping, we're
Mm-hmm.
moving. Slip, hit
Yeah.
the jab. Slip, hit the jab, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like that beautiful place and like the art in fighting is just let go. Do what you're supposed to do. After you've learned your alphabet, you know the punches, you know what you're supposed to be doing.
True.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of like what I focus on when we're doing all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just focus on relaxing. Don't worry about
Yeah.
anything. Just be in the moment.
Yeah. Be in a moment. I gotta do
Yeah.
that more. That's a really big issue for me. I tend to overanalyze everything. So
There's a time and
that's
place to be analytical, and there's a time and place to just let go.
very
That's what we're
true.
doing.
Yeah. Very true. So okay, I have one question I had to ask from my friends. They told me to
Yeah,
ask it because they wanted your opinion. Have you
yeah.
watched the I didn't want to bring this up, but have you watched the Jake Paul and Ben Askren fight?
I didn't watch it. I just saw the knockout because they reposted it like crazy. I just
Oh
saw
yeah,
the
it was hard to
one
miss.
knockout.
Yeah.
I saw little parts of it, not really. Did you watch it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, stupidly enough, I woke up for it at 5 a.m. So
Oh
that was
shit!
yeah, I was hoping Ben Askren was gonna win. No offense to yeah, a bit yeah, offense to Jake, but I didn't want him to win. That's my opinion. I thought I can't handle the way he carries himself. It's
That's how he's made his career. Is based off of like everyone
true.
hates him.
Yeah.
That's his
Uh-huh.
career. That's his branding. Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's smart because everybody wants to see him get knocked out really fucking bad.
It
So
is
there's
smart.
definitely
Yeah.
room, a good
Mm-hmm.
business model for the next person to try and take his head off.
Very true. Yeah.
You know, but I don't really care about that stuff. I'm in my own bubble.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, like, what do you think about the entire, like, just the story, like him making a boxing career next to YouTube, him challenging like retired MMA fighters who aren't known for their striking at all. Do you
I
have any
really don't
thoughts on that,
have.
or?
Yeah, I don't really have too much of an opinion. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's good for the sport of boxing because it's getting a lot more attention to boxing.
Also
But
true.
what kind of attention is also a really important thing.
Yeah. I think so too.
I don't really care. That's how I honestly feel.
Uh-huh. As long
That's
as you're
kind of
being
what my
honest,
brain's
that's
at. Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, I shouldn't give it too much attention either.
That's
But
so
speaking of something else, really recently, I think that you do have an opinion on. I'm assuming you have seen the new Shang-Chi trailer for the Marvel
yeah,
movie,
I
and
have.
what did you think of it?
I think it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I know Simu as well, and we're trying to line something up with him. And I know a lot of the guys that shot the action design for the movie. And the minute that I heard
Wow.
Brad Allen was gonna, be the coordinator and the
Mhm.
cam operator that shot at Chris Cohen, as soon as I heard that they were involved, I'm like, I already know it's gonna look fucking great. All the action, that's what they do. They're so fucking good at it.
Yeah, the
Um,
teaser looked all amazing already. So
yeah, so I think the action part's gonna be phenomenal.
Mhm.
But I don't really watch too many movies just for the action, honestly. Like I like watching a good story. You know,
Yeah, I
that's kind of
understand.
what I focus on.
I feel that. Yeah. And do you think the movie will have an impact on how people view like martial arts as a whole, or maybe Kung Fu specifically, or?
I definitely think a lot of people are
Mhm.
gonna have an impact for sure. I don't really know because I haven't thought too much about it, but the more we put it out there in a great light, the stronger it's going to become. I think more importantly is that a lot of young kids, especially Asian
Mhm.
Americans or just Asians in general, didn't grow
Yeah.
up having somebody that looked like them as a positive, powerful, role model. The last
Mhm.
person we really had was Bruce Lee. And honestly, with an
True.
opportunity like this for Simu, it might start to
Mhm.
become something like that because I mean the kids go fucking crazy for anything Marvel. So,
True.
you
Yeah.
know,
Very true.
having something like that I think is really important. I don't know what the martial arts essence of Shang-Chi is going to become
Mhm.
in the movie or like what it's going to end up representing. I think
Yeah.
it's pretty stylized and you're going to tell that it's martial arts because I'm a little worried. I'm not worried. The only thing I would be worried about is that it just looks like everyone's fighting because that's every Marvel movie, right? Everyone just fighting.
True. Yeah.
You're not thinking of it as martial arts. So
Mhm.
I think Shang-Chi
I
is
understand.
probably going to help distinguish the martial arts in the movie, not just fighting.
Yeah, I was hoping for that as well. But don't you
Gotcha.
think like that's just a thought? Wouldn't a lot of kids be like disappointed when they see like Kung Fu in the movie and then they're gonna train it for real and they'll be like, oh, there's no jumping 5 meters high and no triple spinning back kicks in the first one, in the first training, etc. Or do you think that won't be an issue? That just in being the
I
name
mean,
being the same, it would be enough.
it's human behavior. People are gonna be disappointed for sure.
Hmm.
That's a human behavior thing. But I'm thinking big picture is that everyone's gonna, if people started going and learning how to do kung fu and just doing martial arts, that's a positive thing
Hmm.
all around. Like I'm
True, also, yeah.
on my small little microscope scale, I've been able to
Hmm.
help influence so many people to go and train. Like, oh, I know I can't do
Very
the moves
true.
he's doing, but like I've always wanted to do it, and they go and actually start doing it.
Hmm.
That's the fucking positivity right there. That's really, really important.
I understand. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I think we only have a
Awesome.
few minutes left, my man. If you have any
Uh-huh.
questions, let me know.
Yeah, I
But
have
dude, it's been
two.
awesome.
I have I have one small one left. If you could give me
Okay, one
one piece
more.
of advice for my first amateur boxing match, what would it be?
Have fun. Stay relaxed. Have fun.
Okay. Yeah,
Just go in there like you're
I will.
dancing. The
Hmm.
more relaxed and loose you are, the better it's gonna be. And just
I
train for
see.
war. So when you're in war, it just feels like training.
I feel that, yeah, I'm gonna make
Yeah,
sure I'll be doing that.
I think it's so important just to
Awesome.
have fun. I
Hmm.
love what I get to do. I love being on set. I love training the way that I train. I love everything I get to do. And
Hmm.
I hope everybody gets to have that. And especially in fighting, I feel like it's so intense
It is
that people forget to enjoy themselves.
very
You know,
true.
so just
Hmm.
find peace and in discomfort and in combat, and you're gonna be on a whole other fucking level than everybody else.
I see. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking that with me when I go into the ring. Thank you.
Dude, I'm so happy that I'm able to share a little bit of that with you, and you let me know how it goes, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure it will go amazing. I really appreciate it.
Of course, bro.
You,
Winning and losing doesn't matter. Just go make a good
hmm
fight.
I will, definitely,
All right, my man. I
for
appreciate
sure.
you, Kobe. Again, I jumped on with Kobe. He's been an incredible fan of mine. You always comment. You're always engaged for years now. The minute that you
Hmm.
ask me to do something like this, I'm super down. If anybody else has something like that they'd like to throw their way towards me, I will try my best to make the time. to be able to do this. We had to reschedule the time frame as well too, right? Because originally we were going to do this earlier, but we ran out of time.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So my time's always going fucking crazy. It's hard to schedule.
I understand. It's completely fine. Yeah.
For sure.
I really appreciate you taking an hour out of your day for me to let me ask some questions. I really appreciate it. It helped me a lot as well.
This is the kind of shit I fucking love, though. So, like, these are really, really good questions. Maybe we'll do something in a few more months, Kobe.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I really enjoy this. That's the reason I started the podcast, just to have conversations, interesting conversations with people who are ahead of me in the journey of like life, martial arts, anything related to that. Yeah. So thank you so much, man. It's been
absolutely. All right, guys. You guys take it easy. Kobe, I will see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Keep training fucking hard. Don't forget.
I will, man. I will. Thank you so much.
See ya, man.
See you later. Bye.